Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Ellis, as a doctor, as a provider of health care that does it on a daily basis, I appreciate your amendment and your desire to expand access to care to citizens of the state of Texas. You also mentioned, though, when you were describing this, that this was an economic development amendment in a fiscally conservative manner, I think were some of the words you used. Kind of led me to believe you were a businessman of some sort.
I am.
Yeah, good.
An investment banker, in fact.
I only have one question. Do you enter into business relationships with insolvent partners?
Sometimes I may do that, but let me tell you this. You could make that same argument about most of the things that we do. In terms of money that the state of Texas draws down from the federal government.
Here in Texas, we're passing a balanced budget. We're not raising taxes, and we have money in the bank. Our federal government is $16.5 trillion in debt, hundreds of trillions, or at least $100 trillion, in unfunded liabilities, and over $1 trillion in deficit on a yearly basis. I think it would be highly imprudent for a strong state of Texas to be entering into a relationship that in the long run we know is unsustainable.
Well, Senator, we would certainly have the option, if Texas were to draw down that federal money, to opt out after opting in. But let me say this.
Never opt out of an entitlement program.
But let me say this to you. You could make that same argument. Should we not take Social Security money? Should we not take Medicaid money? Should we not take Medicare money? I mean, you could go down a laundry list of programs and decide that the state of Texas, should we not draw down transportation money? I mean, that same argument would apply to everyone. Should we not send our troops in harm's way? I mean, if you want to talk about the federal government's responsibility and its debt, which we all bear some responsibility for, but now here's the flip side of that. How do you as a doctor respond to 1.5 million people in Texas that don't have health insurance? What is your solution to that?
My response to that would be what Bill Clinton said once, and that is promising too much can be worse than caring too little. What we need to do is find a solution to Medicaid, and that is what we are all seeking under the direction of Chairman Williams, for instance.
Well,
I would hope you would join us in that effort. I look forward to working with you on it.
I think you're sincere, and I want to work with you. I'm just saying the clock is ticking. And I know that...
The clock is ticking. You're absolutely right, for our country.
Yeah, I know what it's like when someone puts themselves in a hot political box, and you're trying to get out of it.
Yes, sir.
But at some point, when we sine die and walk out of here, and we look at all of our friends in other states who decided to draw down this money, and we still have all these people showing up at emergency rooms in Texas, that is a high price for us to pay.
I hope those citizens of the other states aren't left empty-handed in the future.
Well, you know,
Thank you, Senator.
We could take the Arkansas model. I mean, it's a pretty good model.